5 hours, but I finally got the 4,800 coins needed to buy Dratini. If I didn't think I had a gambling problem before. But I did finally get it, so whew. That's right, I wanted to add Dratini to my team. And I could wait to catch it later, but with it being a slow-growing Pokemon, it's probably better to get it now. And of course, those 4,600 coins. Why did I think it was 48? Either way, I'll have some leftover coins then I can waste on something. So let's see here, what do we want to name you? All this time I spent in the casino, I guess I could have really thought of a good nickname while I was there. I mean, I had turbo mode and save states and everything, it still took forever to grind up that many coins. Let's go with Driznia. That sounds draconian. Of course, our party's full, so you went to the box. So we'll go up to the Pokemon Center and we'll go swap you out. Now we all know who's gonna take the bench. It is gonna be Prickles. He's finally started hitting his stride. Nobody else can really get one hit KO by him as easily. There is a Psychic Gym coming up, but his poison typing is going to leave him weak there, so he's going into retirement, and Driznia's going to come out onto the team. Still not sure how I'm going to pronounce that name. It looks cool. Driznia? Dragon Snake? See there, it's got some pretty solid stats, and it's already at level 25, which means we only need to get 5 more levels for it to evolve. Also, since now that we're out of the casino, teach us some TMs here real quick. We got the Sylph Scope from Giovanni, so now we can actually go and explore Pokemon Tower. That'll be quite useful. The ghosts won't be able to stop us anymore. So I'll teach it Double Edge and Thunderbolt. That'll give Dratini just enough stuff to really hold her own for a while, especially if we fight any flying types. Here we go. Double Edge. I don't want Wrap anyways. You can win games pretty much by using Agility and Wrap, but man, it's a boring way to win. And I don't want to fight with cheap tactics like that. Of course, I didn't have the TM for Thunderbolt on me, so we'll just have to do a little bit of trading. Let's deposit some items, see if I got anything I don't need. I won't need a Moonstone for a while. Probably won't need the Lift Key anymore. But I do need the Sylph Scope. Let's not toss that. There you are. Had I been thinking far enough ahead, I could have saved my Bubble Beam TM to teach to Driznia too. That way she'd have some extra utility in terms of coverage. Because dragons are essentially like normal types. They get wide variety of moves to choose from. And in exchange, unlike normal types, dragon types have a lot of resistances to the basic elements. So here we are, we're going to head back to Lavender Town now. See you guys there. Alright, so with our new teammate in tow, and our Sylph Scope too, let's go and see how much further up this tower we can go. See if there's actually any ghosts. Nothing yet. In fact, I don't think there's any wild encounters on this floor anyways. Here we are. Still that ominous creepiness. Begone, evil spirit! So yes, we have the Chandlers here. They're spiritual guide ladies, things that help spirits pass on to the afterlife, but they're all possessed. So we've got to fight them. She's got a Ghastly, which is a ghost poison type. It's got immunity to normal and fighting, and it's got pretty okay special and really high speed. It evolves into Haunter at level 25, I want to say it is, and then Gengar via Link Trade. They're the new encounters here. You can find Ghastlys on the lower floors, and Haunter's a rare encounter up on the top. Then there's also Cubone, which can be found here. That's right, the Pokemon who was orphaned by Team Rocket. You can find them wild around here. If you raise them up, they evolve into Marowak. Their attack is pretty low for what they are. They've got okay defense and low speed and special. They do have signature moves in Bone Club and Bone Meringue, so you don't have to waste TM for Earthquake on them whenever you get it, because Bone Meringue will do the same amount of damage and it hits twice. So we got them. Gengar is definitely a good Pokemon to hold up to, though, if you have somebody you can trade with. It learns Thunderbolt by TM, so you have a really powerful move at your disposal. fact, there's Ghastlies right there. They're actually going to be really annoying to knock out here. Their high speed makes running a little bit difficult. They will hit you with confusion a lot. And since they have high special, your special attacks won't do too much. They do have low physical defense, though, so that's where you need to hit them. But since most of your moves are going to be normal and fighting types, you got to play it smart. If you have flying moves, that's probably your best bet. Hit them with Peck, Fly, Drill Peck. Those will do massive damage to them. There's Cubone right there. Also worth noting, I know it's not in the fight right now, but Ghastly's sprite in this game looks really cool. It's just like a weird smoke with eyes. The black ball that is iconic with its appearances now is nowhere to be seen. Alright, let's let Driznia do something here. Be cursed with me. Yeah, they all have sort of weird things to say. All about being cursed and possessed by these. I'm assuming it's the Ghastlies they wield in battle are actually what's possessing them. Could be the wild ones too, but I like to imagine they wouldn't catch the ghosts otherwise. And of course, they have Confuse Ray, which always hits. So it's not like Zubat where you can at least, dodge the supersonic every now and then. JC there, my Peck Attack's my best bet. Also like to point out, Ghost types are supposed to be the counter to Psychic types, Ghost beats Psychic. Well, due to a programming glitch in Generation 1, Ghost moves actually do not affect Psychic types at all, which is terrible because everybody's like, oh, I'll go catch a Ghastly to take on a Psychic type gym or something. Well, you get there, not only are your Ghosts part Poison type, so they're weak to Psychic anyways, but they only have 2 Ghost moves in this generation, that's Lick and Nightshade. Lick won't affect them at all, so you can't hit Psychic types' weaker defenses, and Nightshade hits regardless of immunities, but it only does damage equal to your level. So you're kind of in a situation with Bug being the only thing you can hit Psychic types with, and most Psychic types can outspeed Bug types, and the only reliable Bug type moves are Pin Missile and Twin Needle. Twin Needle being exclusive to Beedrill, and Psychic types being faster than it, and it being weak to them too, doesn't help it at all. And Pin Missile's only other good user is, I believe, Jolteon. So you could go for that, use Jolteon's high speed, but Jolteon's lower attack will leave you high and dry sometimes. Where's the ghost? I must have been dreaming. Continue up here. Don't worry if your team's getting a little ragged. These squares right here, it's a healing spot. Purified Protection Zone. I'm going to skip some of these battles. We'll come back and fight them later if we really need it. You can trick this lady to take a shortcut too. You don't have to fight the one down there. Just get her to walk forward a little bit and then you can just walk right behind her. She also has the first Haunter you'll see. And Haunter's just kind of unnerving looking. It's got that smile with all the pointy teeth and the crazed eyes. If they had chose the red palette to be its color instead of the purple, I think it would have looked terrifying. Almost like some sort of demon. Go, but weak to physical moves. These Chandlers don't pay much either. I like how they all like, I was under possession. I swear I didn't attack you. Give me blood. That's like really dark for a game. All of a sudden, just out of the blue, she wants my blood. I'm surprised it wasn't censored in the remakes. Go get an X accuracy. There's a lot of items in here. And I have a feeling we're actually grave robbing when we take them. Alright, let's actually activate a Super Repel. I should have done that at the beginning. I'm just not used to them not asking to reuse it anymore. Go knock you out as well. What's going on here? And this is our last Chandler for the tower, thankfully. Cool. What does she got? Just regular old Ghastly. Nothing to worry about there. Also, Ghastly's got some really vampire-like fangs in Gen 1. Look at those things. I'm real surprised it doesn't learn Leech Life just for the vampire part. Go another one down. Oh, something fell out. Hair didn't fall out. It was an evil spirit, I swear. I'm not going bald. There's a rare candy. You have to pick that up to progress. So here we go. The last set of stairs. Be gone, intruders. Scripted battle. And it's a ghost. The Sylph-scope unveils the ghost's identity. It's a wild Marowak. And I think, alright, now I don't have to raise a Cubone. I can catch this, add it to my dex, and then be on my merry way. Well, you're in for a bit of a sour time. This is the one Pokemon you can't catch no matter what. Because it's dead. So technically you're fighting its spirit. Thankfully, as a Marowak, its low special will allow us to hit it with Water Gun, do some hefty damage. 2-hit KO it, actually. Though it is kind of strange, this is like just such a tone shift. We went from, you know, wild grasslands, mountains, and all that, to a gravesite town, and we're fighting the deceased spirits of a Pokemon who died defending its child. And now it's seeking vengeance through battle. And it's attacking us even though we had nothing to do with it. That's just how deranged it's become, lost in limbo. Restless soul of Cubone's mother. The soul was calmed and it departed to the afterlife. So we did our good deed for the day. We helped it find peace. It knows its Cubone's being taken care of by a sweet girl in town. And it can pass on knowing that we will seek revenge for it. So let's continue up the tower. Final floor, and it's full of Team Rocket. What do you want? Why are you here? We're here to teach you guys a lesson. These are the 3 that probably killed that Marowak, and I hope it kept them trapped up here, because they're the most horrible of the horrible. Complete with trying to confuse you. If that's not a sign of how horrible they are, I don't know what is. However, there's a great chance to get my Thunderbolt off and let Driznia get some easy level experience going on here. Also, this Team Rocket Grunt in particular is the first time we see a Golbat, and isn't it just lovely freaky? It would have been just fine if they didn't do the tongue, but they gave it that big old tongue with the drool. It's like, ugh. Imagine just walking into a dark cave and then just swoops out of nowhere right in your face, like, bleh! And of course, it's got Confuse Ray and Screech, so when you're confused and then use a Screech to make you do more damage to yourself in your confusion, it's really, really jerky. I'm not going to forget this. This is also the first time they just walk away instead of fading out or just waiting for me to defeat their boss. However, Driznia just leveled up, so now we're going to use the rare candy to get the most out of it. Get her up to level 27, too. Figure the sooner we can get you up to level 30, the better, because you'll evolve, and then you'll start being a little bit more powerful. So the man complained about us hurting Pokemon, so we're talking it over as adults. Yeah, it sure looks like you're talking it over, barricading him into the top of the tower. You're probably planning on doing to him what you did to that poor Marowak. Poison Shandy. Yeah, what's bad if you get poisoned, use a 2-turn move like Dig or Fly, you still take damage while you're charging up. So take that into mind. Same thing with Confusion, too. You don't want to use 2-turn moves when you're confused or paralyzed, because you have a chance of failing while you're in the charging phase and wasting your turns. Pokemon are only good for making money. Stay out of our business. When your business is hurting Pokemon, it's my business too. You're not saving anyone, kid. That's right, the final Team Rocket guy. In a newer game, he'd be an admin. Leads with the Zubat. We got the Thunderbolt just for that. I also feel like Dratini's back sprite, if it didn't have that little black part of its tail there, it would have been perfect. It would have looked just fine, and it could have been easily ported to newer generations. But they put that weird thing that makes it look like it's breaking its spine to curl that way. Oh, you want to bite me? Well, I'll bite you back. Of course I miss, but I'm gonna hit you with your own Hyper Fang. I like to imagine Furo just grows some giant buck teeth and just goes to town on it. Hum nom 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 nom. And then Eradicate. Yeah. Hoping you would use something to outspeed me, because now I can copy your Quick Attack. What's really cool is if I use Mirror Move again and he doesn't use Quick Attack, I get to call up Quick Attack again because it was the last move used. So I get to hit him before he even hits me. Alright, don't remember if... Okay, so it fails if you try to call up a move on a new Pokemon even though nothing's been done yet. So you do have to refresh the Mirror Move after that. And confusion. You couldn't just die with dignity, could you? Then you try to use Confuse Ray on my switch out. I ain't falling for that one. There we go. The last member down. Don't fight us, Rockets. You're not getting away with this. Alright, old man. Whoever you are, I'm here for you. Mr. Fuji, you came to save me? But I came here of my own free will. I came to calm the soul of Cubone's mother. I think Marowak's spirit has gone on to the afterlife. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me my home, Pokemon House, at the foot of this tower. Oh, and thank goodness he warps us there. Could you imagine have to walk through the tower to get here? Next, your Pokedex quest may fail without love for your Pokemon. I think this may help you in your quest. Got the Poke Flute! Upon hearing this flute, sleeping Pokemon will spring wide awake. It works on all sleeping Pokemon. That's right, we can finally take care of those 2 blockades, which means we have a route split. So next episode, we're going to split it up into an A and a B with each of the 2 paths we can take to get to our next destination. So I'll see you guys twice next time, and as of course, stay beautiful. Stay beautiful.